Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
And this is Tell All Tuesday.
It is.
And I know you went to see a movie the last week, but you didn't go see a movie this week.
I did not. Sorry to let everybody down. I've been watching Pretty Little Liars, though.
I was talking to my granddaughter last night, and I said, what are you watching on TV? And she said, Bones.
Bones.
And Bones is a series from maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I said, Jenna. And she said, I don't watch any current TV.
Me neither. We're the same.
She said, I go back. It's your generation.
Yeah, we watch our comfort shows.
I mean, one time she was watching Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's watching Bones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pretty
you're
Little
watching
Liars.
Pretty Little Liars.
That's from 2010.
Yeah.
That is 15 years ago.
You would have been 10 years old.
No, I was 12.
12.
Wait, 2010.
That was 15 years ago. I
12.
thought you were 25.
I'm 26. I was born in 1998. So if it came out in 2010, I would have been 12. Right? Is the mathing?
2010, and you were born in 98. That's 12.
12. But I didn't start watching it in 2010. I started watching it
in 2024.
2013. 2013. I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
When I started watching the show. And now I'm rewatching it.
Now you're rewatching.
Mm-hmm.
And things are just coming to my mind. Walker, the intern, and I did our top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
Just posted. Go to YouTube, watch it, see what our top 10 movies of the year were. But Walker, I would say, what was your number 10 film? And he'd say, da 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 da. And I'd say, okay. And he said, I've seen it 3 times. And then we'd move to the next one, and he'd say, I've seen that one 3 times.
In theaters? Does he watch it in the theater 3 times?
Where else would he? Well, I guess there are some things that he could watch on streaming.
Uh-huh.
But, he saw a Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie, 3 times.
The only movie in recent years that
I cannot imagine doing that.
Multiple times is Barbie.
How many times have you seen Barbie?
In theaters? Or in general?
100.
A lot, because that's my airplane movie. Anytime I get on an airplane, Barbie. And Top Gun.
Let me tell you, I was on a podcast last night, and it's one I do every year about the Oscars, and it's Kristen and Mac's podcast, and it was their 150th show.
Wow.
And it was also their Oscar show. And
so
they said, I have been the guest on their show more than anybody else.
Because you're the best, Jackie.
And they're really sweet to invite me. But anyway, I asked Mac what his favorite movie of the year was.
What did he say? Wicked?
Nope.
What?
The Stunt Guy.
Oh, The Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy.
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie.
I know. I thought about you because
I watched that one on the airplane, too.
But he said, The Fall Guy.
It's great.
He said, I love that movie.
It's so good.
And then Kristen chimed in. She said, I love that movie, too.
Mm-hmm.
And
that didn't make your list?
Oh, no.
Really?
No. And we talked about it got no attention whatsoever.
It was great.
And, that was, Max said he went to see it with his father.
Mm-hmm.
And his father remembered the old TV series with Lee Majors, which I also do, which the movie was based on. Did you know that?
No.
It was based on a TV series.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But also, so many thoughts are running through my mind as I'm sitting here talking. It is so funny to me. I deal with these young people.
Deal.
Yeah. Here comes Amber, coming to work with me. And next thing I know, she's getting married. I'm doing this podcast with Kristen and Mac. Last year when we did it, Kristen said, oh, Jackie, I haven't talked to you in a while. I got married. Then last night we're doing it, and Mac, the guy, said, Jackie, I'm getting married in October.
Oh, my goodness. We're all grown up.
All my children are growing up.
We're all grown up. And Walker's off at school and college, and Lauren
and Andrew could be any day.
Any day, yeah. They could.
But it was just so funny, because I feel like I know them because I've done their show so much.
Yeah.
And it's like a 2-hour podcast.
Really? Y'all talk that long?
We talk that long.
Tell them where they can listen to it.
I haven't gotten. They're going to send me the information.
The link.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
so
we'll share it.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time.
But I went to see, well, I saw 5 movies last week.
Goodness,
But-
all in the theater?
No, 3 in the theater, 2 at the house. And one of them was Captain America, Brave New World.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched the Captain America movie?
No.
Amber?
Is it bad?
No. But I am so tired of this, and you and I have talked about this. There have been 9 trillion Avenger movies.
Yes.
And I am tired of going to the movie to see Captain America, Brave New World,
Mm-hmm.
and they assume that you have all million movies memorized.
Yeah. Was there a lot that you had to infer?
They just, like in one thing, spoiler if you don't want to know anything about the movie, so spoiler alert. But Sebastian Stan, who has gotten nominated for The Apprentice, a movie that's out, but he was the Winter Soldier in the Avenger movies. Nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
He just shows up in this Captain American movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, what's he doing here? And a lot of people I think would be saying, and who is he?
Well, when I saw Deadpool, because I saw that last year,
Yes.
a lot of, like, Captain America was in there?
I think
Chris
he
Evans?
was.
Is it Chris Evans?
Because Deadpool's part of the
Yeah.
Marvel Universe.
All these people that I had no idea,
Yes.
they were even a part of it. I was like, what is...
Doesn't that bother anybody?
Bothers me.
I'm just, I see so many movies that I'm really, when I get out of one, I'm moving on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to give me, if you're going to bring back some of this old stuff, you got to give me a little foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said, I don't know if you had any more thoughts on that topic, but I had a thought.
No, give me your thoughts.
Okay, so you
That's
just
why you're
said,
here.
that's why I'm here. You just said that when you watch a movie, when you're done with it, you're moving on to the
I
next
got
one.
to.
Yeah, because you're busy. But
We have that coming.
We have that going. I want to know, do you ever see a movie and like think on it for days and days and days where it like almost changes your personality for a little bit because you're thinking about it so much?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going back to that movie that we talk about all the time with Tony Collette,
Uh-huh.
where the couple went to visit the... and
What is it even called?
Not Harrison.
I'm thinking of anything. Oh no, I'm thinking of ending things.
I'm thinking of ending things.
That movie.
Oh my gosh.
That altered my brain chemistry.
I could not get that movie out of my mind.
Yeah.
And also, Heretic.
Yeah.
You know,
Heretic was, yeah.
by the way, Heretic was a movie that
Is that
you
on
had...
your list?
No, yeah, it was number 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like that movie.
Interesting.
But that was a movie that you and I saw, not together, but we
right.
saw it. And we were talking about it, and you said, oh, yeah, that person died.
Yeah, I had a different
And I
opinion.
said, no,
Uh-huh.
that person lived.
I think that they died.
Walker's the liver.
He thinks that she lived.
Yep.
I need somebody to break down.
But he said, but there are a lot of people who think she died.
I think it was open-ended. I think they, like, some people, analyzed it that she lived, and some people analyzed it that she died, and I think we're all split down the middle.
But it was so funny because, but I was talking about it, I said, Walker, what did you think about the ending? I said, are you a person who believes she lives, or you a person who believes she died? He said, oh, lives. He said, I know there are people out there. I said, Amber is out there.
I'm out there. It's me. I think she died.
But yes, I do have certain movies that stay with me.
Uh-huh.
There was a movie last year, or year before last, called Past Lives.
I remember.
And it was about a couple who met at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets married, and he comes to visit because they were such good friends, and they realize how much they care for each other.
Mm. Was it?
I stayed on that one a long time.
Yeah.
Mm,
That came out a couple years ago.
yes,
2 years
it
ago.
would be. You'd like it.
Would I?
Yep. But
Maybe I'll watch it.
I don't know. You're not the emotional person that movies.
I
like
can
am.
be, but I don't want to be. I'd rather figure out a mystery than cry at a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd rather be touched emotionally.
Yeah.
And Walker's one. Sadder the better, I think.
The sadder the better.
That's the way I am too.
I'm not that way. No. One more thing, and then I'll let you move on here. But talking about sad movies, Jackie, that dog movie that came out last year, Arthur the Great or King Arthur.
Oh
or something
yes,
like
with Mark Wahlberg.
Arthur the King, something like that.
That was where they were racing.
Yes, I just bawled through the entirety of that movie, Jackie. And so I don't like movies like that.
Why not?
It's terrible. I can't control
you
it.
enjoyed it.
It's so sad, though.
I didn't know you had that reaction to King Arthur.
I blubbered through the whole thing. Carmen was laughing at me because I couldn't get it together. Anyway.
Terry doesn't like. She does not like to show emotion in the movie. And so we'll go see a sad one, and she just hates it. When she starts crying, I'm over there just crying away and glad of it.
She's like, get it together, Jackie.
But it just, going back to the other though, it used to be that, you watch TV and every year you would get a new season of that show. Now, they'll skip a couple of years.
Or like skip, Stranger Things.
Like,
hello. We talk about this like
and
every 3 months.
Do they even have a date on that yet?
No, they don't.
I do not understand this.
Me neither.
And I was a big Landman fan, the Billy Bob Thornton series, and people keep asking me, when's the next series going to be? When's the next season going to be? They haven't even renewed it for a second season, as far as I know, and it's just too long in between.
Stranger Things had the so much momentum, and now people don't even remember the storyline.
Well, and your other show, I don't think you watched it. I don't want Euphoria.
I don't watch it.
They're filming season 3 of that now. And it's been, 4 years?
I don't even know. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Something like that. I've heard about it.
But for one thing, the characters get older. I mean, the actors get older who are playing the characters. And it's supposed to be picking up right where
Right, left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just finished watching this series. I'm going to have a review of it up soon, but it's called The Recruit. And it was about this guy, young lawyer, who was recruited into the CIA. And, he was so young and unaware. And then it was good. I watched it, liked it. And then 2 years later, or 3 years later, they say, season 2 of The Recruit. And it picks up right where... And he's so much older.
Yeah. That's how all the Stranger Things characters are going to be.
Millie Bobby Brown's married now and living out in the country.
She's 21. And she's supposed to be a high schooler.
And she married Bon Jovi's son or something.
A grandson, something like that.
A son.
Was it a son?
It's not. Bon Jovi's not. I don't even have a grandson old enough to
really
get married. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm just fed up with
the time.
Just take your summer break if you need to,
and get back to it.
Get back to it.
Get back to work.
And don't.
Yeah, don't leave us hanging.
Which reminds me, there's another. I'm reviewing a series called Sweet Magnolias, and I love the lady who created it. And anyway, but it was like it just came back after 2 years, I think. Maybe 2 years, I think it was. Maybe close to 3. And I'm watching it, and this actress comes on. She hadn't been in any of the previous, but she comes on, and I'm thinking, she looks so familiar. Where have I seen her? And I couldn't think of who it was, And then I looked at the credits and found out. And what it was, I'm going to do my flashback now. But many years ago, I got it during the heyday of Disney when they were doing Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid and Aladdin and all those great things. I got invited to Disney World for the junket for the Little Mermaid.
I remember this story.
And I met Jodie Benson, who was the voice of Ariel. She and her husband, for some reason, we were on a boat in Disney World going around, I don't know why. And she and her husband stand there, and I walked over and introduced myself, and we just had the best conversation. And And I thought, oh, she is going to be a huge star.
Mm-hmm.
And because she could sing, she could act, she was the voice of an animated character, but she still really impressed me. And every once in a while, I'd see her in a TV show or something. And then, do you remember that movie Enchanted with Amy? She was in that.
Yeah.
She was worked in the office where Patrick Dempsey worked. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's Jodie Benson. And then I didn't see anything. And I thought, well, she's not acting anymore. And forgot about her.
She was in Sweet Magnolias?
I looked at the credits, said Jodie Benson.
Well, there you go. She's still acting.
I was so pleased.
Yeah.
And she's good. And, I would love to talk to her again.
You should reach out.
I think I'm going to try to. And see
That'd be great.
what her life has been since The Little Mermaid, because that's a classic. She is immortalized, as the voice.
Call them up, Jackie.
Call their people.
Call their people, have their people call your people, and set up this interview.
Well, Cheryl, who does the show, Cheryl J. Anderson, she'll know.
Yeah.
So
just reach out.
Yes.
Just see what you can do.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be a great interview.
I know.
It'd be so great.
It would be, wouldn't it?
So iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
And I don't know if I've mentioned this to you or not. I think I did the other day. But I asked you, did you remember Leroy Coons?
Yes.
Who did Deliver Us, which was a movie about vampires with a priest, and I really liked it. And he was an independent filmmaker, and I interviewed him. Just a super, super, super nice guy. And he's got a new movie coming out. I think I've already told this, called The Devil's Fruit. And he sent me clips of it. So
you have that on your list.
I've got that on my list to see, and I want to interview Leroy again. But I want to get back to one more subject before we run out of time. I know you've never watched this show, Blue Bloods.
Never.
All right. Do you know what it is?
Crime?
Police, yep. It's a family of police people. The father, the grandfather, and the sons are all involved in police work. And then the daughter is like a district attorney. So, popular show, Tom Selleck. And people just loved it. On Friday night on CBS. And after it ran for many, many, many seasons. And then last spring, they announced that it would come back in the fall and have maybe 8 episodes, and then it was canceled.
They need to cancel Grey's Anatomy. That's what needs to be canceled.
Grey's
That has been
Anatomy.
going on for like 30 years.
It has been. It's been going on forever.
Forever.
But anyway, people were really upset. They said, it's popular. It's in the top 10. Why are you canceling the show? Why are you canceling this show? And lo and behold, I just found out that Donnie Wahlberg, Wahlberg's brother, who was in the show, he played Danny Reagan. It's all about the Reagan family. Danny Reagan, who's a police detective in New York, is going to be in a new show this fall called Boston Blues.
So it's kind of like a spinoff.
It's same character, but he just moves to Boston.
Okay. So he just leaves his family?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. But I was wondering what you think about spinoffs.
It's interesting that you asked, because I actually thought about this like last night.
Hi, look at there.
Because they were talking about how Stranger Things is not going to have a spinoff. I don't like spinoffs. I don't think that it has the same magic as the original. And sometimes when you need to tell a story, you tell the story and that's it. Don't elongate it. Don't have a spinoff. Just tell the story and don't create all of these other universes and characters. I don't think it needs it.
But
that's my opinion.
You don't keep up with network television.
No.
So. But, there was CIS, which was the show. Then they had NCIS. And then all the Law and Order shows. And everything was a spinoff of a spinoff. And then we're like,
that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I just don't understand why you had a successful show. It was in the top 10. If you wanted to spend the money on that character and the others, why did you cancel it?
Yeah, just continue on with what you have.
Yes.
Call them up, Jackie. Let them know.
After I talked to Jody,
you're gonna call the Blue Bloods people,
the CBS, to see why are they doing Boston Blue?
Yeah.
And then you aren't participating in this, but there are like 4 or 5 Yellowstone programs coming out.
Well, call them up too.
You know,
Put them on your call list.
We had the current day Yellowstone. Then we had 1887 or whatever it was. Then we had 1923.
That's just too much.
And then they're going to do a spinoff called 6666, which is about a ranch in Texas. It's got some of the characters from Yellowstone. And then there's another one that's contemporary. Some of the I don't.
It's too much.
It's just a whole universe of shows.
Just tell a story, and when it's done, it's done. That's my opinion.
But you wouldn't grieve over any of them.
No, I would. I would grieve. I'm gonna grieve over Stranger Things, but I don't want them to make it worse. I don't want them to make the story worse by having these crazy spinoffs. You know what I'm saying?
But didn't they do a spinoff of Pretty Little Liars?
They had a very brief spinoff called Ravenswood in the middle while the show was
that
still
the one
going
that
on.
Haley, what's her name, that I interviewed was in?
I don't know. Oh, you're talking about Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionist.
Okay,
came
wasn't
after.
that a spinoff though?
Yes, but that came after. There was a spinoff while the show was still on air.
Oh, while it was still on, I sure don't want that.
Yeah.
But
I
there
forgot
was
about that one. Yeah.
I knew you told me that.
And I haven't watched that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But so you don't know how it was spun off. It wasn't the same
No.
characters.
No, it's completely new characters for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting dizzy just talking about all
I
this
know.
stuff. It's
I know
amazing.
we've been talking too long, so.
Yeah. But I do. I want to hear from people. Some people may love it. They may say, "Oh yes,"
Not I.
because there was just last thing of this, but there was a show called Suits that was on. I think. Gosh, I can't even remember what it was on, but it was on. It wasn't on network. It was on cable. And that was one Meghan Markle was on.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they have now got Suits LA.
Just stop.
And some of the same people from the first show are going to make appearances
In the new one.
in the new show.
Call them up.
Now, I'm kind of excited about it.
okay, that's fair.
I don't see it. I don't see if Meghan Markle makes an appearance.
She might.
You never know.
You never know.
But listen, we have talked and talked and talked.
Yes, we have.
But that was fun.
That was fun.
It was fun. But this has been Jackie K. Cooper with
Amber Howell.
And this has been Tell All Tuesday.